on your Sunday, and it is January the 11th. Once again, I hope you guys are doing well out there. I'm just dropping in just for a few minutes. Yesterday, I was trying to do a. The mobile stream always gets the glitches and the sandbag. It seems just and it happens. I guess I can't even say it's a true sandbag. What I can say is, of course, when you're driving, dare I say, if you drive between counties or whatnot, that if you're driving between counties, that you will probably experience some type of disconnect. You can't, you can't control everything. And then some of these cell companies, the towers, even though they might claim, oh, we got the greatest towers, the great hi Crenshaw Crypto, how are you? Thank you so much for coming in and for loving on the like button on this Sunday, January 11th. So I'm just coming in here for you with you guys just really briefly, just kind of trying to do. I realized that mobile stream that I did yesterday, it probably lasted all of 1 minute or maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and then because I was thinking that I had the whole 15. But I did not. So I guess it's just kind of an overview of just some of the things I'm looking at, and I guess more of an outlook. Derek C. Williams, he says cigars, bourbon, and football. Thank you so much, Derek C. Williams, for taking time out to love on the like button. I appreciate it on your Sunday. But yeah, but I won't be very long with you guys. It's just that I guess this week, I guess we'll just continue to we'll look into more of the global developments. I'm not sure. I think the NATO issue might be a bit of a hiccup for the whole, dare I say, the Greenland, I want to call it annexation, the project. It's not a project, okay? Just saying that one, and then everything else. I think Marco Rubio is also he's kind of on the docket, if you will. But I don't know. I was talking about a couple of things yesterday, and there's a lot of people might say, oh well, they might say, well, Trump, he hasn't gotten us into any more wars. Like, what are you talking about? You get the whole gaslighting thing, but he does mediate. He does mediate the illusions of these ideologies, is what he does do. Okay. And you may not be, maybe you're not, but everything it's definitely a disruption going on, and it's all under the auspices of our favorite, of one of our favorite cultural motifs, and it's uh, national security or democracy. It's just, and I said yesterday, when you think of him, like if you were to do a political archetype, he doesn't really quite fit into the quote paleo the neocon or the paleocon. He doesn't really fit into any of those. But I do think that he has a job to do. He has a job to do, and it's certainly on a. I think it's still in the abstract, but I think, you know if you just allow the things to emerge, you'll see. I think it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear that some things are going to emerge globally. Freedom's March is here. How are you this time of the day? Like I said, I'm just dropping in really quickly. Like I said, the mobile stream kind of went, it just kind of, it can be all over the place. So I wouldn't put too much, you didn't lose a whole lot on that. And I don't know, it was cold, the troll juice. You guys had to sandbag these people. Yeah, please just, walk them down, sandbag them, whatever you need to do. Grill them up, whatever. I don't know. I just don't have a whole lot of, you know, not a whole lot for that. I don't have that much patience for that today. And I typically do, but just not right now. But yeah, so I'm thinking I'll probably come back. We'll just keep an eye on Rubio, and as well as anything else that's going on globally this week. Because I do think there's going to be some developments there. And here I am, not trying to tell you that I'm prophetic or anything. I'm telling you this is a formative situation. So Freedom's March as Rubio is trash. I got you. Yeah. uh, ooh, congratulations, bona fide troll. Ooh, now you've gone and done it. Go ahead, go ahead. What else are you gonna do? You probably should. I don't know if there was a place to report you, you would already be there. I'm sure somebody's reported you by now. So yeah, I don't know. It's like these people are kind of on a demonic level. Like, they come in and think they get their little one-liners in or their 1-2 punches, and I don't know what they think they're doing. Maybe that's the biggest win they had all day. Maybe that's their best joke. I don't know. But yeah, so certainly because this is the problem. Anybody that goes against the dialectic, there's a concentrated effort out there against the MAGAs and blah blah blah. I can't deal with these cult types. I can't. I'm not here for that. So maybe you're just in the wrong place. So don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. There's plenty of places you can go out there and get your fix or your kicks, but just don't come here. Just don't come here for that. So enough of that. I've already given that more time than it's worth. But let me just say hi. Let's see. Flying Guillotine's here. Old Head, AKA, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate it. And like I said, this week, I think certainly there will be more to watch. I don't know. To me, it's more like who's on the list this week? Who's on the target? Who's on the list this week? Is it Cuba or Cuba? Is it going to be Colombia? I mean, I don't know who it's going to be. I just think that we just have to kind of we just have to kind of stay tuned and because I'm not going to flatten you out right here. I'm not going to give you a verdict right here. Say where you don't have anywhere else to go if you do. So I don't know. Just saying. I appreciate you guys for coming in and loving on the like button. Derek C. Williams says stratospheric aerosol injection. Look into California's own Dane Wigington science. Guillotine says Shug Knighted Greenland. Okay, hold ahead. I don't know. You got some riddles for me on a Sunday. Right now I'm about on a Bilbo Baggins kind of a Bilbo Baggins riddle. But I will leave you with this, and I think this probably comes from some philosophical time, the ancient time, that there was a saying once that the wars abroad keep the peace at home. So I don't know. I'm probably going to leave you guys with that one. If you're familiar with that philosophy, or dare I say it's a school. But what I submit is that I think in ancient Rome, or even during the empire, you had greed and you had corruption going on. But it's also, if you can get people to think that they're winning and that you're giving them some form of a war, and that their war, even whether it was via the Colosseum or whether it was actually, in different provinces, or wherever, any place that was like unconquered, that people would unite under that whole idea. But it just kind of keeps people's minds off of what's going on here, to me. And it makes people, is the intent of that whole concept to make people think that they're getting a win, or they don't really care about these countries or whatever. They just think that we're winning, and that we can be unified under all these ideologies of patriotism, or we can be unified under, um, or that we can be unified under, you know, enriching ourselves, or just, I just don't think that's going to work anymore. Ministry, O, truth. O is the 15th letter of the alphabet. That's what I do know. Ministry, O, truth says distraction is a currency. It is. I'm beginning thinking everything's a currency right about now. Your thoughts, and I'm sorry, some people's lack of ability to critically think. Critical thinking is so critical. It's in ICU right about now. But you do have some adults that can't critically think. You do have some people that are rah, team red, team MAGA, team blah, 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 blah. They say things like, they say that, well, no bailouts for student loans, but then they say, but they get bailout, the banks can get bailed out. The farmers can get bailed out. Do you have a farm? No, I don't have a farm. Did you, they'll also say, the airlines can get bailed out. Just saying, that's that same logic. They don't know how to apply. They can't flip it. They can't analyze. They can't synthesize. It's kind of a bad way to be. It's a tough place to be. But I'm just saying, we do bailouts for everybody except for the common man. People in education, I'll just say this, I'm not doing a plug here for education, but I'm just saying people that educate, that are out here trying to educate America's youth. Well, even though, some teachers actually had to go into debt, a little bit of debt for that. Some people did. And but then they'll say, but a lot of people have not, they didn't forgive. They don't consider that, that you've given back to the same institution that you paid into. But there's no bailout for you. You're still the common man, just teaching. Some people might call it snot-nosed kids their ABCs. But as you can see, our society's kind of in a crippling, on a decay, on a blight right about now, because people are not as educated as they should be. And the future is going to be full of these people. So I'm just saying, and then the other thing I was talking about, I remember on Trump's his first term, he talked about NATO not paying their fair share. Well, some people don't think that the corporations in this country pay their fair share. You see what I'm saying? It's like, I don't, and that's where it's bad to get flattened, and to be pledging yourself to the left and the right, and this one's better, and how many shades better? It's not about, you're getting the same thing. It's the same dish. It's just on a different platter. You guys know, you go back to COVID, go back to people who decided to get the vaccine. It was less than when the pendulum swung back the other way. People did it anyway. They swore up and down. They were on this side of the dialectic or on that side. But when the pendulum, out of fear, they still went with fear. They didn't even worry about that anymore. Let's see. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for loving on the like button. It's kind of making sense right here with the with the Channelytics. 17 viewers. And I don't know, and for those of you that are out here thinking you're going to go and you're going to run and tell, you're going to go and tell the big bad YouTube gods on me, go ahead and tell them. I'll help you. Send me an email. What are they going to do? What have they not done to my channel? So it's not like if you think you're landing one, just keep that up. See where you wind up. Let's see. Derek C. Williams. Realize is here. Thank you so much for coming in. Oh my gosh. Shout out to Realize. Realize, I will tell you, I was watching another content creator, and I was watching another content creator, and it was interesting that, what's her name? Yolanda Adams, some things that she was saying, and it's right in step with that piece that you sent me on that entire, that whole manifesto. Yeah, but I mean, if you, I'll let you guys know about that later if you want to know, but that whole situation, yeah, she was, I don't know. She was kind of spewing some ideas that made me think about the manifesto that you sent me. So I appreciate you again for sharing that. Like, she is, yeah, she's misquoting and all kinds of stuff. But she's for the, she's all about the gospel, right? But I just want to let you know that that's becoming more apparent the more I just on these streets of YouTube. Hello, Latressa Montgomery 7932. All right, guys. So yeah, I definitely will be back this week. There will probably be more developments. I'm sure there will be. I just wanted to kind of give a small recap on some of the things that I talked about yesterday during the mobile stream when it was kind of going in and out there. So let's see who's still around here. I appreciate you guys so much for coming in. And then like I said, I'm probably going to try to do, I might even try to do one if I have the energy. I might try to go in studio and do a test, but I'm thinking I need to do an in studio stream very soon. Crenshaw Crypto, thank you so much for coming in and trailblazing us. Thank you for confirming that I'm coming in loud and clear. I appreciate it. Of course, Derek C. Williams in lounge mode. Enjoy Freedom's March, of course. Always, thank you so much for your support and yeah, and just being consistent and for what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. The same, the same, these the flying monkeys are in season. They don't ever go out of season. Let's see who else do we have? We have Flying Guillotine, aka Old Head Deuce. Thank you so much for coming in. Ministry of Truth. Thank you so much. And then, okay, let me read your comment. Freedom's March. I think I missed this one, but if I didn't, I'll do it anyway. It says there are idiots out there that believe they have something to gain from this. And then what? But what? When have they ever gained, It's like a virtual, I'm telling you, this is not, what is it, Roblox or Minecraft? I mean, I just don't, they like magic, I guess, in the metaverse. That's where they get their kicks. I don't know. Let's see. Who do we have? Strange Audio. Strange Audio, you need to hit it. Just, I don't want to go there with you. This is, somebody says, release the Trump files. Okay, I don't know. Okay, well, okay, we're not dealing with, I'm mostly wrong. Okay, but what am I wrong about? What am I wrong about? Back it up. Like I'd like to tell kids, back it up, honey. Back it up. You can't just spew stuff. But that's what you guys like to do. You like to come in. You like to come in and run hot, but you're really not saying anything. You can't back anything up. You're not doing anything until you're actually doing something. If you can't back it up, nobody wants to hear it. Nobody wants to hear things that you cannot. Like, what sources do you have? What do you have? Ministry of Truth says, pointing fingers is a distraction. Be mindful of treachery. Let's see. Treachery is definitely, we're definitely fully loaded with that. We're not at a loss for that. Let's see. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys so much for coming in. Freedom's March says, yeah, they do the same thing to me. Yeah, they just can't. I mean, honestly, this is what I'm talking about. So I can't figure out whether I can't figure out whether they are bots or trolls, demons. They got a spirit on them. I don't know. I can't tell it. Gary Gage 104, you made it. thank you guys once again for loving on the like button. But you know, we're just gonna keep doing what we do, and yeah, and I guess they'll just keep flying around. Um, yeah, but you know, eventually they just go. They'll move on. You're right. I believe it. I certainly believe it. I mean, I've witnessed it all the time in your chat. So you guys feel free to drop your links in here for what it's worth. Um, Ministry of Truth says blame is a slippery game. Yeah, well, I'm not sure if blame would be. I don't know. I think that's what that's. But to me that keeps people that the blame shifting is a very narcissistic trait. Okay, because they want you to. When the blame game is happening, the person that's doing the blaming is trying to get the people the people looking in to pay attention to the reaction and not the actual cause and not the behavior. That's what they want to do. Uncool's here. Uncool, thank you so much for coming in. How are you doing? It's good to see you. And feel free to drop your link. Yeah, you guys definitely, Freedom's March, Uncool Paranoia. You guys drop your links at any time. Just whatever you feel like. If you're in a position to do so, do so. I'm all good with it. Derek C. Williams, of course. Realize. Gary Gage is here. Old Head, aka Flying Guillotine 22. Ooh, my goodness, I'm 13. See, I'm not even a gematria person, but you know these numbers just keep coming up. You can't help but when things start to mirror themselves, they just do. It's noticeable. You can't get away. But yes, uncool. I don't know. Maybe we need to link up or something. But yeah, I'll maybe send you a message for sure. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate it so much. Like I said, I'm sure I'll be back this week. Like I said, I may do a test live stream later. I might do a test stream later today. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Enjoy it while it lasts, because for those of us that are still on that kind of 5-day work week, and we know what it is. We know what it means. Latressa Montgomery says, do you think there's going to be another show? I think it's more than possible. Latressa Montgomery, January 30th, there's another looming. I call it the startup. It's the illusion that there's a shutdown when all things don't actually shut down. Certain people don't shut down. You know, Las Vegas doesn't shut down. You notice there are no clocks in the casino. It's the disruption, okay? Because all it's going to do to me, if they do it, it's just going to be another form of installation. Something else is going to get installed. More AI, more tech. I am beginning to believe that AI is a dialectic itself. I think it's brought to you by these flying monkeys in here. That's, you know, they come in here. They don't miss a beat. You know, they don't. You know, they you know, it's like they're sitting, they're waiting. They're ready to pounce. Yeah, they're always here. But Yato Pucks or Yato, I don't even want to do it. Right now there isn't one. You know, you just, you know, here all I can say is just make sure that you get your notifications. Even if you need to unsubscribe and resubscribe, you could do that. And that way, you know, maybe that resets the algorithm. I don't know, possibly, maybe it does. But yeah, we'll just keep an eye on things, and we'll see what happens. All right, guys, BCJ 1973 from Rochester. All right. Thank you so much for coming in, and whoever was here from India. All right, guys, I will see you later, and maybe we'll come in. Maybe we'll come in tomorrow with a rundown real quick on what's on the docket. Yeah. I don't even know if the Congress are back in session or not, but you know, they'll be back for the crisis management, the crisis management rhetoric. the media will start ramping it up first. Okay, we ran it through the X-ray machine already. Uncool says it's an interesting time to be alive. Yeah, that's absolutely correct. Uncool. Yeah, I was just we were just getting into that. But yeah, we'll we could have a field day on some of this stuff, but I'm gonna let you guys get out of here so you can get your last Sunday kicks in. All right, thanks so much, Latressa Montgomery and Spartan. Okay, I don't know who this putz is. Yikes! Thank you. You knew what to do. You were fast on your feet. Go ahead and roll them. I appreciate it. All right, thanks so much. Dr. Bombay 1180. See you guys every time I get ready to go. This is like, what kind of relationship is this? every time I try to leave, you guys pull me back, or you try to pull me back. All right, guys. Dr. Bombay, drop your link anytime. Justin James XJS. Thank you so much for coming in. All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much, Derek Williams, for sharing Dr. Bombay. Thank you, guys. And I'll talk to you later. I might be around for a test. And I don't know. Not likely a moonlighting stream tonight, but we'll see. All right, guys. Bye for now.